We'll start now a series of articles that were posted on the net on November 14, 2006, and are a lot of questions mark about global warming, and questions that some of the scientists and most of the people are asking right now. And you'll be impressed, I hope, from what you are going to hear. It will be 5 or 6 short video clips, because I have to split everything in 5-6 video clips of about 10 minutes each, and all of these video clips are about the article posted on November 14 on the net. So we'll start now with part 1. It was an article named Real Global Warming, and we'll start reading from this article. As far as you heard, liberals are intending to add a new tax because of global warming. So here are some interesting questions for liberals. Recent discoveries in snow layers show the following, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. Okay, so that's they were found at the poles different layers of snow. That's the actual layer. That's the N-1,000 years ago layer, which was very white. That's the N-2,000 years ago, again another layer which was very white. N-3,000 years ago, N-4,000 years ago, and that's a problem with this layer, because this layer wasn't white at all. This layer was simply dark. It's well known, and the scientists know about that. When a snow layer get dark, that means it was a warmer period. It wasn't any pollution at the time, N-4,000 years ago. Who provoked the warming? It's our questions, and that's what we are going to debate today. Again, then after N-6,000 years ago, it's another layer that I show you here. That was a white one. White layers means cooler periods, as I said. And N-7,000 years ago, another white layer of snow. So another cooler, cold period at the poles. So it is a variation, as you can see, and in temperature. And as I said, 1,000 years ago there was no pollution, no carbon dioxide, monoxide, or other pollutants. So who provoked all this warming? We believe it is God, and we are going to raise some interesting questions to you. So different layers of snow were found on Earth's surface. It is well known that during the warmer periods snow becomes darker. So a couple of thousand years ago, Earth encountered a warming that allowed that one of the middle snow layers to become darker. Then, after a while, the weather became cold again and the layers went white again. The simple question rises then: if 1,000 years ago there were no green gases, no cars or factories who polluted the atmosphere, who provoked the warming? Methane, CH4, which is methane is CH4 in chemistry, or other gases from the ground, or other causes? If so, who provoked the methane release? Do you have right now large quantities of methane in the air? No. Had any of you smelled methane near you? large quantity, they may provoke any global catastrophe. I'm asking that because I know usually methane it's has no it couldn't be smelled, but if you get putrefaction process inside the ground, you know very well you can smell it. So that's why I'm asking the questions. So as we said before, carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide are bad for human health, but it cannot provoke so-named global warming or any major catastrophic action because carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide are much less powerful than methane. So liberal idea that carbon dioxide or car emissions carbon monoxide are the cause of so-named global warming, or even that the fact that a global warming is taking place is at least questionable. Heat from running engine or emissions being hot will make the air warmer in your garage if you leave the engine running and close the garage door, not carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide just eats the oxygen and you cannot breathe. Is such car heat related, capable to warm the entire Earth? We believe that no, because as we said, are still cars in places where it's still very cold, and the air doesn't get warmer in these places. There were also published studies by the National Safety Council, Environmental Protection Agency, and they are showing that car emissions consist of average 9.1 pounds of hydrocarbons, 62.5 pounds of carbon monoxide, and 4.9 pounds of nitrogen oxide. So is carbon monoxide not methane in the car engine, in the car emissions? Real global warming, in our opinion, will be like when huge quantities of methane, CH4, escape from the Earth in contact with the air and sparked by the lights. You will get a huge fire. Then the fire, of course, get the atmosphere hot, hot, hot. That's really hell. That's really global warming. Now we are going to continue and tell you what the liberals and Blair are saying right now about global warming. Tony Blair is, of course, the Prime Minister of Britain. And I quote, Sir Nicholas said the world must shift to a low-carbon global economy through measures including taxation, regulation of greenhouse gas emissions, and carbon trading. The evidence shows that ignoring climate change will eventually damage economic growth, said Stern's 700-page report, the first major effort to quantify the economic cost of climate change. Is it not in doubt that, if the science is right, the consequences for our planet are literally disastrous, he said. Unless we act now, these consequences will be irreversible. So, a very tough approach from liberal Britain. I will continue with our point of view that raises questions about the global warming and the entire process. 1,000 years ago, mountains, glaciers melted. We know the fact because when melting, the glaciers left specific traces on the Earth mountains. Those traces are visible today. So again, the simple question raises, if 1,000 years ago there were no green gases, no cars or factories that polluted the atmosphere, so no carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide, who provoked the events? We believe that all these provoked events were done by a supernatural force. We believe that it was done by God. You can name whole process intelligent design if you want. As today, the floodings, tornadoes, and hurricanes are signs from above for non-believers, being not caused by human intervention or pollution. Just pay attention on other planet storms. And another question, it was pure coincidence that the more devastated earthquake in terms of human victims occurred on December 26, 2004? For non-believers, just a reminder. December 26, 2004, Sumatra, Indonesia, magnitude 9.0 on Richter scale. More than 176,000 people killed in 11 countries from earthquake and subsequent tsunami. I have to continue with that's the end actually of the first video clip. I will continue the second one, and you'll see the other arguments for non-believers. I will continue with for instance, I have the title right here: Man in critical condition after stingray attack in boat. It happened on October 19, 2006. So we'll take a break for now.